Hi there, I am naturalist Janine with Summit Metro Parks, and today I am here with Lisa Meranti of OneTreeLove. She is going to be leading us through a short breathing exercise and some movements. We are really excited here at Summit Metro Parks to begin offering some in-person programming, including kids yoga. So if you'd like to find out about this or other programs, visit us online at summitmetroparks.org, and we would love to see you in person and online. So with that, I'll introduce Lisa. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Miss Janine. So as she said, I'm Lisa, and I'm so happy to be here to share a little bit of practice for us today. So to start, if you have a piece of paper and a marker, please go ahead and grab that. You can always hit pause on this video and come back and meet us here with your piece of paper, blank paper, and a marker of any color. Once you have that, I want you to go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seat. So whatever that looks like for you, you can find a way to sit. And I just want you to see if you can sit up super tall. So for inspiration, I want you to just think about a tree. Any tree. You could pick some of the trees that you see behind me. And we're gonna think about how these trees can be super tall, right? They're rooted into the ground, and then they're reaching up to the sun. So see if you can get your back like that. Like think like a trunk of the tree is here as your spine to helping you to root wherever you're sitting and then lengthen up to this beautiful sun that we have today. All right, so now let's begin with a breathing exercise. So go ahead and take your marker, and in the center of your page, can you make a little heart, like the size of like a dime, okay? So nothing too big, try it as much as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect here. Try to be in the center of your page with a little heart. And then at the end, the tip of your heart at the bottom is gonna kind of be your starting point. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a moment to just pause right there on an inhale at the tip of the tail end of your heart. And then the next time that you exhale, I want you to start to make a little circle around that heart until you come back right by your starting point. But you're gonna make this so that it's gonna start to spiral around eventually. So let's give this a try. So pause on your inhale at the tail of your heart, and then exhale, make a circle around the heart and end below where you started. Take another inhale, and then exhale, make a bigger circle around your heart until you end where you started. So we'll take that a couple more times. So pause on your inhale at your starting point, exhale, make a circle around. Pause where you started, take that inhale, and then exhale, again, make a circle. Inhale, pause, exhale, circle. 2 more times on your own. So here's mine, and you can take a look at yours. And so what we've created here is a chance for us to get a little present and rooted in this moment. When we take long exhales, which you might have noticed your exhales got even longer, or maybe you sped up making your circle as it got bigger, that when we take long exhales, it can help us calm and be more present in the present moment. So great job. So this is something you can try with or without drawing and allow us to start to get present. So with that, I want you to bring your hands to your heart. Some way you can have palm to palm to your heart, you can have palm to palm together, and then your thumbs at your heart. And just take a moment again to sit up super tall, and I want you to connect with your heart. See what's going on. See and feel your heartbeat. So maybe you see your hands sort of lifting and lowering as you breathe. Perhaps you feel the raising of your heart or the chest space when you breathe in, and then that settling when you breathe out. Perhaps you feel your heartbeat. One more time. And we're going to continue to think about being present with feeling our heart space here as we move through some movements that could potentially give us some challenge, or maybe it calms us. And so we'll come back to just noticing how our heart is beating, how we feel about what we've done in our movements. So on the next time that you exhale, I want you to start to go down a little bit lower. So if wherever you're sitting, see if you can lower to the earth a little bit. Bring your hands out in front of you. And take another big breath out. Maybe even stick your tongue out. And then on an inhale, start to lift up your arms. Come back up to your spine is nice and tall. Reach to the sun this time. Fingertips up. And then exhale, arms back down to the sides of your body. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So we're going to take a moment to inhale here and get nice and tall with your spine. Exhale, go ahead and lean forward. Reach with those arms, fold down towards the ground. And then an inhale, scoop all the way up, reach up to that sun. And then exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. That was 2, so 1 more. Here we go. Sit up tall on the inhale. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, rise up, tall spine. Stay rooted in your seat, but lift those branches up to the sky. And then exhale, fingertips down by your side. Beautiful. Just take a notice here to feel how you're feeling in this. If you want a little bit more movement, or you can always stay right with that. If you're ready to move a little bit more, then I want you to see if you can come to your knees in some way and start to lift up your arms as you come and lift up into a kneeling position here. Nice. And then let's take that exhale again and see if you can bow forward a little bit. Your hands come more ahead of your shoulders, but see if you can keep your hips over your knees. So from a side angle, it looks more like this. This is actually puppy pose. And allow your arms to reach. Hips stay above your knees. And then on your next inhale, come back up. Sweep those arms up. And then exhale the arms back down. Good job, friends. Nice work, Miss Janine. So let's add on now. So inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. And then exhale, bring one leg out to the side. Whatever leg you would like to start with, bring it out to your side. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, reach one arm straight down to the leg that's out by the side. Keep the other arm lifted to the sky. Take a nice big breath in. Maybe look up to the sky. And then breathe out, look to your toes. And then breathe in, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down, knee comes back in to meet the other. Beautiful. Let's sweep that through. So inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold, hands come forward. Leave those hips above the knees. And then inhale, scoop all the way back up. Exhale, other leg, send it out to the side. Breathe in, reach those branches up. And then out, take a little lean over that long leg here. So think about all the shapes that we're making, just like all the shapes and structure of trees here. So inhale, look up. Maybe if you're outside, look at the tops of the trees. And if you exhale, look down to your toes. Maybe you're checking out how the tree touches the earth. And then inhale, both arms reach back up. Exhale, bring your arms down and your knee in. Beautiful. One more time. Sweep those arms up overhead. And then exhale, bring just your hands forward. But see if you can leave your hips above the knees. Inhale, come back up. Bring those hands to your hips. And this time we're going to play a little more with kind of changing the shape of tree pose a little bit. So tree pose, maybe you're normally standing and you've got one leg straight and one leg bent. We're just going to kind of play a little bit with that. So let's come back to the one leg out. One leg is staying right where we started. And then this time I want you to take the hand that matches the knee on the ground down to the ground. Okay? So hand right underneath your shoulder, and then see if you can lift the other arm to the sky. Again, taking another shape here, like a tree, kind of branching out, but staying rooted into the ground. All right, inhale, look up to your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, look to your fingertips on the earth. So we're staying here, right? So reaching to the earth and reaching to that sun in the sky. And then see if you can just play with lifting up that leg that's long. You can just tap it off the ground a few times and maybe lower it. And then lifting it. Let's find 3 more of those, just little lifts. Maybe make them really slow if you can. Point your toes up towards your knee. One more, you got this. All right, and then can you freeze? Can you freeze with your legs up in the air? Oh, nice work. Bring your foot back down, lift yourself up, and bring your knee back in. Shake that off a little bit. Maybe roll your wrists around, and let's come off of our knees for a little moment here and see if you can just let your legs swing in front of you and then give them a little shake. Maybe even a little tap down the legs. And then take a moment to just kind of check in again. What are you feeling? Are you feeling your heart beat a little faster? How about you, Miss Janine? Is your heart beating a little faster? Yeah, so when we add a little bit of challenge, we can start to notice the heartbeats, the blood is pumping, and that's a really good thing for us. I think about all these trees. This color green, like green means what? Go, right? And so we go, we grow, we challenge ourselves. And also, most importantly, we can take a time to pause and let ourselves rest and soak up all that we've learned. So let's do that right now. Let's take our arms up to the sky, both legs out long, and you can let yourself settle here, root down, lift up, and then just take a bow down. So as you exhale, that long exhale, just like we did when we made our circles, you can fold down. Your feet, or your hands do not have to touch your feet. They can be by your knees or your hips. Take another breath here. And then sitting back up. Just notice how that feels. We did one side of our body in that challenge pose, and now we get to do the other so that we can be nice and balanced. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me back onto your knees. And then we're going to extend the other leg out long. All right, so let's find ourselves here ready to start this challenge on the second side. So lower the hand down that matches the knee that's on the ground. You can line them up to each other. Send that top arm up. Feel yourself here. Root down with that bottom hand. So see if you can press into the ground a little bit more. See if you can spread your fingers like rays of the sun and reach up to the sun. And then feel yourself in both directions here, expanding across your heart. And then let's play a little here, right? So when you're ready, start to find where you can look that will help you stay focused. So look at something in the space around you, or look down to your fingertips, or perhaps look up. And then start to lift that leg, that straight leg. Those toes, be really awake. See if you can really feel your toes energized, just like your fingers at the top, like rays of the sun. Get some energy going there. Let's find a few more. Maybe see if you can slow down the lifting and lowering of that leg. 2 more times. And then the next time that your leg is lifted, see if you can stay right there for another breath. Expand through your hands, expand through your heel. Nice, and then go ahead and lower the foot, lift back up, upright yourself, knee back in, reach those arms up. And then exhale, see if you can fold those hands down to the ground nice and slow. Knees stay above the hips, hips stay above the knees, reach the arms out long. And then we'll bring yourself back, shake those arms out. And then we're gonna switch back to those legs long in front of us. Give them another shake out. And then just notice again, how are you feeling? Is there a beating of the heart that's increased? Maybe that side wasn't a challenge at all, and so you may notice no difference. So our bodies may be different on one side and the other side. Maybe they're just the same. It's like when I look at some of these trees, they're all so different. They're all a tree, right? They may be the same type of tree, but each one of them is very unique. And that's just like each of us. So let's go ahead and hug one knee in. Just give it a little hug. See if you can bring your knee up towards your heart in some way, right? It doesn't have to match directly, but just let's give that nice knee a hug here up to your heart. It's kind of like maybe you go out, you hug a tree, and so see if you can bring your heart to some kind of feeling of hugging in here. All right, one more breath here, hugging that knee in, and then lower your foot to the ground, and then the knee out to the ground. And you might take a look down and see, what does this look like? What shape are we in here? If we were standing up, we would be in what? Tree pose. So go ahead and see if you can bring the sole of your foot somewhere along that straight leg. Maybe it'd be higher than where it would be if you were standing, and then lift those arms to the sky. Again, spread your fingers like rays of the sun. See if you can get some energy there. Maybe you lift up and reach even more along your trunk. Remember our trunk of our tree? And then see if you can slowly, with slow ease and softness, fold down. Hands can come to the ground. Wherever they land is right where they should be. So let's take 2 breaths here. Maybe inhale and press through your hands and come up a little bit. And then breathe out and fold down a little bit. You can take that 2 more times, pressing those hands in as you come up halfway. And then keeping those hands there and folding down a bit more. And the next time that you come up all the way, and then straighten that leg out. And just notice how each leg might be feeling different from each other. And then we'll hug the other knee in. So give that other knee a nice little hug. Remember, we're trying to find that knee up towards our heart. And give ourselves a little hug. Just like we're giving some love to ourselves, just like you might give to the trees. You don't actually have to hug the tree. You don't have to physically do it, but maybe with your mind, can you send some love to the lower part of your body here? Just like we can send some love to the trees around us. Take a couple more breaths here, giving and receiving that love with yourself, with others around you, with the trees. All right, we're gonna bring that sole of the foot down to the ground, and then go ahead and bring your knee down and out, and then park that sole of the foot right on the straight leg, somewhere that you can feel connection with the sole of the foot and the leg. And then let's bring those arms up. Take that nice big inhale and expand, reach. Feel yourself connecting to the sky, to that sun, but also staying rooted in your seat here. And then the next time you exhale, go ahead and see if you can float forward. Hands can come down to the ground somewhere. And then we're gonna kind of just move with your breath. So inhale, come up, keep the hands low. Heart comes up halfway. And then exhale, lower it down. So see if you can let this movement start to be coming from your heart. So your heart is leading the way here as you bow down to the earth. So find that 2 more times. And then the next time that you inhale, and you come up halfway, see if you can extend that and come up all the way. And then exhale, bring those hands down, straighten out that leg, give it a little shake, maybe a little tap. And then coming back to sitting up nice and tall, maybe take a look at your drawing from the beginning. I want us to think about the fact that we've talked about the trunks of the tree. We think about what the tree looks like. There is like springs, right? And right in the middle of the trunk of the tree, the center part, is actually called the heartwood. So right in the middle of that tree is the heartwood. And so you remember we made that heart right in the middle here. So let's take a few moments to reconnect with our heart. You can let the hands come back to the heart. Put a little pressure on that heart space. Maybe you create like a butterfly connecting your thumbs and spread your wings just so you can feel more space here. I'm just going to pause here. Maybe you look at your drawing and remember the breath we practiced in the beginning. Short little inhale and a long exhale. Notice how that feels to pause here. Just take in all that what we've done today. Maybe take in what you hear and see around you. I'm just going to take this time for 5 more breaths to be still. Maybe the eyes are looking at one thing, or perhaps you feel comfortable to close them. Feeling yourself rooted. Long spine, strong trunk. Strong heart wood right in the center. And all the space around us. And then all the space that we've created inside us in our bodies and our mind. Your next inhale, feel yourself get even taller as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, feel where you're connecting with the earth, where you're touching the earth. Next inhale, sweep those arms up and out around you, taking in all of there is to love around us, and you can bring that back into your heart space, into your heartwood. And so I thank you so much for joining me here at Summit Metro Parks. Thank you, Janine, and all of you. I hope to see you in person or online soon. Namaste.